Okay, so this is something else I talk about all the time. But this morning I was watching this guy, I don't know, somewhere in Asia. I'm not sure where it was. It was all written in this symbol kind of writing, whatever that is. So, or I don't know what kind of writing, but it was not like any language I can understand. But anyways, this guy was, it was done in fast motion, but he built a home in a cave. It is so freaking cool. And it was a really interesting video to watch. I'm going to share it. But it was really cool to watch because this guy, his craftsmanship, man, and his ability to work with all these different power tools. And I mean, I don't know, maybe he was struggling more and it didn't pick up in that, but it looked like, you know, he was just like, it was like an extension of him. And some of these tools were like, oh my gosh, there was one that could dig right in the side of I'm not sure what it is made out of. If it was like some kind of a sandy kind of, or more harder, or what it was, the actual stone that he's doing it. But he would take this giant thing, it was like this drill thing, and he would just push it through, which to me, I'd be like, for an hour trying to get it to move. Sometimes just some of the stuff I do just with the screw gun and stuff like that. It was like, oh, trying and the screw's still hanging out. I've got so many screws, I swear to God, out of my projects. They're sticking out a little bit. I can't get them in. And this guy, so I was impressed. He's just, you know, his mastery of these tools and his development of this cave and his creative craftsmanship. It was amazing. And I've seen some other guys too. I saw a video of these two guys. God, I don't remember what they were building it out of. Oh my God, it was really, really cool. Because they were building it, seems like it was some sort of a mixture, like, I don't remember. It was like the stuff that they make swimming pools out of or something, because I can't remember well enough to be able to say. I can kind of see it in my head, but it was really, really cool. And I know there's other videos out there. But the thing that gets me is that, you know, they've told humans that they need to go to school. You need to get these, you know, government, these symbolic graduations of their system, right? And so they give us all these pieces of paper, like, woo, look at this, we got paper. So funny. God. And I mean, it's sad, you know, that humans can be so easily strayed towards that. Or, you know, all you gotta do is, oh, you get an award. I'm going. I was like, oh my gosh. She's not having the greatest time. She is moving around. Like, I gave her, they have like 20 pills, I swear to God, they want me to give her. They'll already take them with food. And so I've just gone down to just the natural stuff in the anti-inflammatory. And it's still, any pharmaceutical, I just feel like it's fucking poison. I have a hard time with that. There's no fucking way I would get this. I don't care if they line us up in front of a dug ditch and said, take it or we're shooting you. Shoot me. I don't care. I know where I'm going. It doesn't make a shit to me. It only means I'm getting out of this hellacious place that you've created. It's their creation. They want me out. Okay, bye. See ya. There's a lot better places than this. I know my freedom. So yeah, I'm not scared of that. I know that's not where we're gonna be headed. Come out here, honey. You can come out here with mama. Come here, baby. Come meet your mama. I developed my own little languages for Stella. Yeah. I don't know. She does have times where she's uncomfortable, but it's so much improved. It's hugely improved. Oh, my baby. Oh, okay. I don't need a whole bath. Thank you. So anyways, the thing that I just want to say this real quick is, they took us away from, like in tribes and stuff. When I had gone to that in Vancouver, that museum, and I was watching, okay, watch out, don't knock my thing over. I was watching that, it was like a film of basket weaving, with whatever tribe it was, I'm not sure. And, but that it's a lost art, that the kids aren't doing it anymore. So, look at the slobber running down my arm. So there's all of these lost skills, like where they're trying to make us run around trying to get their piece of paper. There's all of these skills that we could have been mastering, like, I don't, why these guys are out looking for dresses at the thrift shop, then, or I don't know, maybe they're going for designer dresses. I've seen them, like designer dresses for men. Maybe, if they spent more time, developing their skills with tools or craftsmanship or creativity, there is other things that they could be doing that are so much more productive. Things that you could learn and then pass them on to your kids. That's how they used to have, like, families, like the shoemakers, that family. They all made shoes for generations. Oh, they're the best shoemakers there are. Or the cabinet maker, it makes the best cabinets, and his son carries on that business. Like, they've taken those things away from us, and we are the ones who have to go back and realize, like, what do we all need, and who can do it well, and who can teach others how to do it. And what, when the corporation falls, oh, she's gonna knock on my thing. Stella, god damn it. Has to have the light. It's so dark in here. Just right under my thing. So I'm just gonna try and do this quick. Please don't knock my thing over. I know you want to be close to me. I love you. So the more that we can figure out our own capabilities and our own abilities to teach others, then like, we're not going to have the store to run down to and buy blankets unless it's some women who got together, maybe men too. We've got all sorts of people who are in betweens. So, those skills say that they are blanket makers. That's where we would go to get our blankets. We would, if we ordered them online, or they have a store, or they just make them in their house and send them in the mail. That's the kind of stuff. We don't need the corporate world to survive. We got to remember that we have skills and learn. We have to be willing to learn. Like, how many people, like I said last week, I think, how many guys do we know right now who could go across the United States in a wagon train? And I mean, we've got roads. We don't have dangerous situations and shootouts going along anymore, but I still don't think they could to this day. I don't think they could do it. I think that they've been taught to be helpless. Stella, please stop at my stuff. They've been taught to be helpless. They've been taught to, because this is literally just on this little stick with this light. And on this little stick with this light, I think it's super cool, especially if you have a house that's so dark. But on this little stick, it's got these 3 little legs that stick out. This little stick that goes up, that holds this light. It has a little bar that goes up to hold your phone. And it doesn't hold my phone, right? Because I have one of those little things on the back for my navigation, so I can put it on my little thing on my phone, in my car. So it is, I don't know, it's very wonky, like it just fall over. And obviously it's easy to undo the lights. Oh, and another thing that's weird too is the little plug thing. You know how on our normal plugs, one side is a little bit bigger, and one side is a little smaller? This one, they're both kind of small, skinny, no deviation, nothing. There's just 2 little things sticking out. I don't know. It's probably some other country or something. Maybe you can plug in more things. I don't know. It's weird. Um, anyways, so sorry that it's all, moves around so much. I'm not professional. Just a grandma in my little house that wants to speak about common sense. So if we get back to that kind of part where we start developing our own skills, then we can get back into that, having something that we can produce that others will need, that will keep us going all the time. We don't have to go to a 9 to 5 job, or in some cases, 12-hour, 7-day a week. When you're a slave, they decide, and then if you ever want to get ahead and you're stupid enough to go into debt, which, what 99% of us have, then you're really trapped, I knew people, when I was working as a nurse, you make a lot as a nurse. You do overtime, you make a shit ton as a nurse. That whole thing is changing now, obviously. But I knew people that were locked into overtime. They couldn't pay their bills without doing overtime. Even though they were making a lot of money, they were still, people just get in this habit of going up. So you go in to get a house and they say, oh, well, you could get a house for $125, $150 at the top or whatever. And this would be your payments. People will always go to the top and try and go further. Whatever they can get, they will go up to that thing. And so then you end up having your payments keep going up and up and up and up and up. And anything can go wrong. Believe you me, I already had it happen. I went in to get a quick surgery, supposed to be in and out, and ended up with a brain injury, stuck in the hospital, and, changed my whole entire life. Lost everything, lost my nursing license, lost my identity, lost my home, lost my relationships, lost, changed my life. So while you're trying to, go and acquire all of these things to make your life more complete, your life can just go in an instant. It can change. And then what was it all for? What was all of that work towards that one thing? It didn't pan out. It didn't get you anywhere. There was other more productive ways. That's what I think that we all have to kind of get more into that in our head is, how can we sustain ourselves? So, I think it is about figuring out what services that you have to offer that is something that somebody else will need. And, who knows what, the future is going to be. It can change a lot, like with our clothes, with our shoes. I mean, the planet's changing. Our homes are going to change. I mean, yesterday when I watched that Mr. MBB333, I think that's what it is, Mr. MBB333. And then when I very first started seeing him years ago, I started watching him because he kept showing weird shit in the sky and stuff. And that's when I had started noticing, like, something's weird, like the sky's weird. And, so he was one of the people I started seeing back then. Now his stuff, but I didn't see him for a long time in between. But I've been seeing his stuff pop up a lot lately. And it is, he keeps doing stuff about, the one I saw yesterday was the fires and the earthquakes. He does a lot of stuff with the Yellowstone. So there were a couple things that were interesting is, so the fires is not just California, it's not just here in the United States. When he does the whole map of the whole thing, oh my gosh, it looks like everything is on fire across the whole globe. I mean, they're burning down everything. Greece. Oh my God. See, right there. That would have been so much more productive if I would have went there instead of, working excessively for a future that was never mine. And I could have gone and seen Greece before they burned it fucking down. And so they're burning down all these places. And one of the things that's kind of interesting in California, up at the top, so it's a kind of California, Washington and Oregon, a little Democrat blue. Well, it's not really. It's that they have a strong hold there. They've taken it over. They've got control. Like here, we've been mailing ballots for a long time. Now you know. Like before, even when they started doing it, I was like, this is weird, but convenient. But then once Inslee got in, then it was like, okay, something's up. This is weird. Who the hell is this guy? And then you start finding out more and more and more. It's like, what the fuck? But, okay, so up here where these fires were, or are, and where the earthquakes and stuff, it's a circle. Like it's the same circle where all these fires are and all of these earthquakes and stuff. That's not a natural occurrence. There's no way is that a natural occurrence. And the stuff in Yellowstone, like right now they're not doing a lot. Oh, but one thing is so I had heard, I think it was Simon Parks. I heard him this morning for a little. I don't watch him really. I know a lot. He has a huge following. He just wasn't. Charlie Ward was the first person I saw talking about the global reset and the what they were going to use the sicknesses for and how they were manipulating it, and all of that stuff, which it's played right along with exactly what he said. But there's a lot of other people too, and they have a huge following, and there's like little community pockets of people with awareness have their own people. But so I was watching him this morning, and he said something interesting, because I'm always talking about the weather stuff and that they're controlling the weather, and the weather's just been wacky as shit. It's like cold again, kind of, and overcast and stuff. It feels weird outside, like, and then it's supposed to go right back to hot. But I don't know, it just changes all the time. It's weird. And so I keep talking about the manipulation they're doing to the weather. And he said right now they've run out of resources. They don't have any abilities like they were to be doing the weather manipulation and stuff like that. And and Mr. MB333, whatever, he had also said that the Yellowstone activity has slowed down. There hasn't really been a lot going on. So that could be confirmation. But the thing that he said is that now it's more of the white hats or the alliance. So, when they create these weather patterns, they're going for the big storm. They want a big storm to come in and, wipe out a lot of people and to cause the most amount of destruction and death as possible. So they create these weather patterns with their, their machines and shit like that. And I think like you can look up about HARP, HARRP. And I think that explains some. That was popping into my head. So he said that right now it is the alliance who is, is, to me, putting it together with what he said and the Mr. MB333. So on top of the fire, so the whole world is on fire. It's releasing tons and tons of carbon monoxide. So we've got a shit ton of carbon monoxide on the planet, like a huge, huge amount. And so they can watch that too. Like it has its own, like if you look through, I don't know, the different colors or whatever, you can see the density of it, I guess. But the thing that's interesting is these sandstorms. So these sandstorms that are coming from, I think, is starting in the Sahara, these big sandstorms that are coming. So now the sand is also moving across the planet. But the interesting thing is that he said that because of the sand, it's preventing any cyclones or hurricanes, that it can't do it because of the sand. So then I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense if Simon's right. And the alliance is doing something with this sandstorm because the density of that prevents their other things of being able to manifest and create these killer storms. Because if the alliance created a sandstorm to undermine all of their weather pattern destructive stuff that they're doing, we also still, I mean, we have things that are naturally occurring on the planet too, because it's a natural thing for the planet to constantly be changing. It's not what they try and tell us. It's called, they label it that their global initiatives are all just to get us to have more restrictions, give them more money, and live in fear. But it's a natural occurrence when the planet is having changes. So we have natural occurring things that are going on because of this planetary changes that are happening due to this changing of the ages and this ascension. And so we have all of those planetary systems that are changing, but then we also have these controllers, the tentacles of the beast. They also are manipulating the weather. But then if we have the alliance coming in and going, oh, not today, sir, just throwing down some sand, it's like, I don't know. I just felt like when they were doing the sand thing, when I was watching them, and then before I heard Simon, I was sitting there thinking that when he was explaining about how the sand is stopping these other storms, when he said it, I thought, I wonder if this could be the alliance is creating this sandstorm, because if they're putting, it's like they're dousing the flames with sand or something of the, maybe it will help put out some fires, but of their other tropical storms that they have going with the water and stuff. So anyways, I find that pretty interesting and exciting. And this week should be really action-packed. So there should be a lot going on. And this is definitely, we're at that point now where it is the switch. The switch has, the pendulum has started coming back. And I think, I thought it was going to come like hard and fast. I think it's going to pick up momentum. I think they pulled it so far back that it's way back there in the trees, but it's coming. And everything is going to change in our lives. And it's super exciting. So, I feel bad for these people who are so caught up in the agenda and the narrative that are going around preaching this, compliance and all of this nonsense. It's like, stop and think about what you're saying. Think it through. Have some perspective outside of the box. And, we want a world that's good for everybody, not just good for this one group or this one group. And we need people to start taking responsibility for themselves. Quit victimizing yourself. Quit shaming everybody. Quit feeling like poor you. You're the only person who can save you. So pretty soon, if everybody's saving themselves and you're just running around, oh, poor me, how's everyone do it? Well, you're going to be standing all alone. There's not going to be, a huge group of people who want to be at their worst. There's going to be a huge group of people who want to figure out what's my best. So, join that train. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.